But looking forward to chatting to our next guest. He's been on the show before, Rooch. He's a lesson in hard work and perseverance.
Yes.
He was a rookie-listed player going back in 2018. He was picked 38 in the rookie draft. He's now played 98 games, and he's been elevated to the Adelaide Crows leadership
And
group.
he's a great personality.
He is. He's a character. And he's got a large head too. Lachie Murphy. Hello, Loch.
How are we, guys?
Wow.
Good. You haven't got your
Are we
speedo.
talking, are we talking circumference of head or big brain?
Good question.
You've got it
Good
both
question,
ways, though.
Lachlan.
You've got a long one and a wide one, haven't you?
Wow.
I do sometimes get wide the long face. So,
Have you guys, because footy clubs are famous for this, and they do it on the footy shows, have you all measured your heads down at the Adelaide Footy Club? Who's got the biggest buffer?
no, I don't, but I can guarantee you it's Riley O'Brien's.
Yeah, right. Oh, good call.
Hey, let me ask it another way, Lachie. Rather than
Yep.
physical size, who has got the biggest head at Adelaide?
Oh, Rooch.
Oh, I can't say. But Walker Smith to mine.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Hey, congratulations. It was almost harder, though, to find someone from the Crows that's not in the leadership group. You got bloody 8 of you. I'll go through them for those that aren't across it. Jordan Dawson was there last year. He's the captain. 3 vice-captains, Brodie Smith, Ben Keys, Riley O'Brien. And then 4 additions to the leadership group, Darcy Fogarty, Lachie Murphy, Wayne Miller and Mitchie Hinge. Did this come as a surprise?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. It's probably the best part was being voted in by your peers, and obviously the players and coaches get a fair say, and so that's a humbling thing to sort of realise that they see what I do day to day as something that they want to follow. In terms of how many are in there, that obviously we don't get a say in that. They decide what's best for the team, what's best for the leadership group at that point in time, and I guess they felt that we had a good core group of guys around that age of 25, 26 that have really been putting some work in that area, and I guess our job is to support Dawson and the vice captains as much as we can throughout the season. So, to be able to give that opportunity to sort of do that is something that I'm really, I'm really honoured to be able to do that.
So, Lachie, how does an 8-man leadership group contribute to a singular theme for a footy team where a lot of people like say, look, the old-fashioned way of captain, vice-captain is simple. You have 2 leaders, follow them.
And
When it's
deputy
8,
vice-captain.
yeah, well, 8 begins to sound like a committee if you get our drift. How do you make that work?
It's a good question, and one that I might be able to answer later in the year because I've been in the group for about 6 hours. So it's a good question, and I guess more DJ, the leadership manager, was more about the diversity of thought.
Yep.
I personally, as you guys might have been aware, I see life and things a little bit differently to someone like a Riley O'Brien, a higher intellect, if you will. So just more the management of the groups, the squad this day and age, they're 44 deep. So for Dorse individually to be able to get across every single person and check in mentally with everyone is a big task, and as well as the added pressure for Dorse or for all of us to perform week in, week out. So it's more chipping in, helping out where we can, and more of a, as you said, sort of group effort to achieve what we want to achieve, and ultimately that's win games of footy.
It's rare for a man to leave one footy club, immediately arrive at another one and be seen as the captain, but what's made Jordan Dawson stand out for you?
Well, his work ethic as soon as he got to the club was outstanding, and something that he has a really good knack of being able to deliver a message real composed, where some others might be a bit heated in the moment, or he's just real calm, and when he speaks, it's nice and calm. He gets across his message really well, and I reckon that stood out from day one when he walked in the door. And then obviously he leads on ground like no other. So he's a fantastic natural leader, and there's still areas that he's working on and what we're all working on. So it's just, I guess, exciting to be able to support him in any way that I can.
Junior Wayne Miller is in the leadership group as well. He's doing a press conference today. We're just waiting for the audio to come through. Can you update where he's at with his hammies? Will he be right round 1? Is that what you're hearing?
I was alongside him in that press conference, and he declared that he will not be fit this weekend. However, we'll be aiming for some match minutes against West Coast the following
Okay.
week.
So then it gets hard then to be right for round one, do you think?
Oh, that's a Darren Burgess question. I dare say, if he's fit and raring to go, would love to have him in the team. That's for
Been
sure.
here before.
Oh, with Burjo. Yeah, you got it wrong the year before. Yeah. Come on, Rich. Let it go.
That's your
Hey,
fight, not mine.
Well, I was right, wasn't
Yeah,
I?
you were
Shouldn't
right.
have played round
Yeah,
one. I
yeah.
love him as a player, but he wasn't ready. Hey, talking of Burjo, how's the summer been? How's the pre-season been? And do you feel like every club we hear, we're fitter and stronger this year? Do you feel that way?
Yeah, we do. And we're all robots these days, as you guys know. And if every club isn't saying that, well, then we're sort of kidding ourselves, aren't we? Like,
Yeah.
of course, we're fitter, we're stronger. We're training for 3 months. The weather's nice. It's awesome. We're raring to go. So we'll find out when we verse opposition this week. But internally, we feel like we're on the right track. We've obviously another year of growth, as it's been stated. We are a young team, average age-wise, but every single pre-season for everyone is a bonus. So, yeah, we feel like we're fit, healthy. We feel like we've made some strides, inside the four walls. And as I just mentioned, we kind of mean stuff all until we go out there and do it against opposition. So that's another test that we have this week, next week, and before the real stuff.
Lachie, you came to the club. You've experienced the tough times. You came along at a terrible time in the nicest possible way. You arrived in 2018 where expectations were still high with Don Pike. But terrible year for injuries that year, but then things went downhill. You've been part of the rebuild. Was last year the most enjoyable year you've had at senior level?
Absolutely. On a more personal note, playing in that small forward role in a side that's struggling to move the ball and put a score on the board is quite tough. Noted that I wasn't great in that period, but last year in terms of ball movement, I felt like personally I was able to get in the game a bit more. I ventured into the stoppage a little bit, which I think is my weapon. So just be able to sort of contribute to some wins, although it wasn't enough. Well, it was, but the goal umpire didn't. But anyway, but to contribute to some wins and be around the top 8 side, like that's exciting. It was great, and I guess that ending, although sour, it's really lit a flame in all of us. And as I said, we've had a strong summer and looking forward to putting it into action.
Lachie, the narrative at Adelaide has significantly changed. You don't get the constant theme, who's leaving next and so forth.
No, I can't.
Where's this grown from? What have been the key changes that have made it a football club where you can see people want to be at and other people want to come to Adelaide?
Yeah, it's a fantastic question, really. I think Nixie's done a really good job of, as you said, weathering the storm during those years where it wasn't all that enjoyable. The assistant coaches have a fantastic role in all that as well. And, we've been blessed in I haven't been anywhere else, but our assistant coaches have always been top-notch. They drive that a lot. And, yeah, I guess in terms of the word culture, as it gets thrown around a lot as well, but I guess how you measure that in a way is retention, as you just said. And for whatever reason, last couple of years we've been able to build a culture around the footy club where people want to come to work. And I believe that was a big part in resulting in a few more wins last year and a real sense of belonging at the pointy end of the season. So I can't single point a specific reason, but it definitely starts from the top and filters down. And I think we've done a really good job of all collectively doing our role in that and to make it a good work environment. And, result in wins.
Yeah, it shows.
Rightly or wrongly, only a couple of years ago, Darcy Fogarty was having his work ethic questioned. I say rightly or wrongly. Now he finds himself in the leadership group. What does he bring to the leadership group?
Yeah, Fog's great. Fog's last couple of years, he's that's sort of the thing, his work ethic that's really spring-bolted him into a leadership position. In my opinion, the talent's unwavering. He's got this ability to you stand taller when you're next to him, which he's always had. That's a natural trait. So for him to go to work, work on that work ethic stuff, really consistency of effort. He never lacked work ethic, more the consistency of effort. And he's a really strong leader with or without the title.
Verbally as well?
When he needs to be, yep. He'll challenge in the right way, which is important. He needs a balance, of course. But no, he's a natural leader, and I'm really excited to be able to work a bit more in that space with him, that's for sure.
All right, things are starting to get serious. Friday night, you take on Port Adelaide. It's a trial game at Alberton Oval. Firstly, and it probably doesn't matter to the players that much, how do you feel about playing Port in these sort of trial games? Does it bother you or not? Us supporters, we think it's sort of sacrilege. It shouldn't be happening, only in games that are meaningful.
Yeah, I guess makes sense, I guess. I can give you the hot tip, whatever I think means jack squat, but yeah, I guess I definitely know what you mean in terms of you want every time we see each other to be 50,000 and breathing fire, so I completely understand, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, so I probably agree with it, but as we said, this is pre-season and it's a good opportunity for us to put what we're working on against opposition. The reality is, in the season against Port and anywhere else, it's 4 points up for grabs, so we'll do what we've got to do this weekend, and we'll go from there.
Any word if any newbies will be playing this week?
I'm not quite sure I think it's 6 periods this game, so I'm not exactly sure how that's being split up, to be completely honest with you guys. I'm assuming there will be newbies. Well, there will be, because all 44 will be involved that are fit, but I'm not sure what the split will be. I think we'll find that out tomorrow.
Michael, you've seen a fair few different formats of pre-seasons. Have we got this one right?
Well, I believe so. I think we've had a fantastic balance of footy scenario-based learnings compared to just running a centre of the deck, which is obviously important. It's a long season. You need to be fit, et cetera, et cetera. But it's still a good time for us to fine-tune some stuff. And the biggest takeaway we had from last year was we lost 6 or 7 games under 2 goals. So we've got 3 months here. We may as well try and utilise that as much as we can. So we've done a mountain of work in that space, which we're really excited to, this year, that's the reality is if we turn those 7 losses into maybe 2 losses, 5 wins, we're a pretty good footy side.
Well, we look forward to watching what you do this year, you personally and the Crows as a team. You're a lot more serious since you became part of the leadership group. Gee, Lachie, we like you when you're a ball of laughs. Let's change the pace a little bit. Here's a text. The texts are coming through 0427 154 166. Thanks to Morn Team Cheltenham. This one says, has Murphy been fishing with Ned Mackerel McHenry?
I've been out twice with Neddy. Maybe his head's getting a bit too big in the fishing area. He's not invited anymore. Just he's too worried about getting some money from the Tourism Commission, I think.
Yeah, he's doing a good job on Channel 7.
He's all over that stuff.
He cops a bit of stick.
Oh, absolutely. He's very good at that.
Congratulations, Lachie. It was great news that 8,000 players are now in the leadership group for the Crows. We wish you all the best this year, and hopefully we can chat to you again throughout the season.
No worries. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Good on you, Lachie. Lachie Murphy there. He's a ripper. 98 games, Rooch. He's squeezed every bit of juice out of that lemon. I reckon there's still a little bit to go, though.
You a traditionalist or this modern thinking of big leadership groups?
A little too large for me.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I don't get it, but I'm not in the inner sanctum.
Yeah. And I appreciate Lachlan's view that if it eases the burden on Jordan Dawson, because it is a big group to deal with, I get that. Yeah, but follow the leader, one leader. I do like that.
Footy clubs are a lot more communicable than back in the day.
Full time there.
Yeah. But you'd almost feel like you're on the outer if you're not part of it. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, Rooch. They do it for a reason.
Certainly.
We'll ask Nixie when he comes on in the next couple of weeks after re-signing.
Right, there's a fair bit of commentary on that today.
Oh, I tell you, well, actually, we'll do it after the break. Jared Healy has his say on why there's no rush to sign Matthew Nicks, and he throws a barb at some of the experts, which could be you, Rooch.
Could be.